How to answer that? You know, the issue is one of the things I've learned is every country is different in how they have to do things. There is nothing as regulated as education, everywhere. It's really banging your head against the wall sometimes. I think there's a couple of things that can be done. Time is time, and every culinary educator I know when I was teaching every day, I would love to have kept my students instead of 13 days for 25 days. And there's always more to teach them. I think the question becomes, it's maybe not as much content as it is how we're teaching. Are we actually getting our students interested in something that's international? Are we actually telling our students, well, yes, this is one way to do it, but let me just tell you quickly, there's other ways to approach this. In other words, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to change our curriculum, because if it's a short curriculum, yeah, there's only so much time you have. But I think it's really to what we call create the lifelong learner. It's creating that understanding, it's that sort of continual searching for knowledge. Does that make sense? You know, to challenge them. We've had students at Kendall who we knew would benefit tremendously from going to another country. And they needed like several strong nudges, sometimes a push, to do it. And every time they came back and they said, yeah, it's amazing. And their worldview is different. Other questions? Yes, Mr. Day.
How come whenever I see you in a foreign country, you make me eat stuff like stink bugs and ant eggs?
No. I didn't make you. Did I?
Yeah.
All right, well, so the other fun thing about traveling is you do encounter ingredients that are somewhat shocking. Chris and I were actually judging a competition in Mexico where the assignment was for students all throughout Mexico to make, it was over 2 days, dishes, 3-course meals, highlighting, focusing on the ingredients of your part of the world. And gosh, it was escamole, which are ant eggs. Those are pretty good. Stink bugs, not so good. But ground up into a green salsa, shockingly interesting. In a good way, seriously. The sauteed worms, that's where, yeah.
They're crunchy.
Yeah, popsicle, not so great. Yeah, I don't recommend worms. But again, let me just take one backtrack. That's me as an American. That's my way of seeing the world. We don't eat worms. Well, when you're in another country and they do eat worms, and that's their tradition, and that's pre-Hispanic food, and the Aztecs ate a lot of insects, who am I to say it's wrong? Good times, everyone. We'll do it again. Yes, sir.
I just want to make one statement that I think I agree with what you said. But America is unique because we have under the rule of one language, every culture. So why not also use this in education to bring out the strength of the very families that have three, 4 cultures themselves and move this education to be able to create the interest of sharing the various type of food concepts we have in our own families by itself. A lot of countries have only one culture, but we have every single culture of a group which can use the education to our advantage. At the same time, bring national us in our
Absolutely. That's an excellent comment because while I can be critical of our country for numerous things like being very sort of nationalistic, etc. The reality is our country is made up of, we're a quilt, right? It's you have everything. I think about a city like Chicago, we have everything here. And so, to your point, which is a very good one, how do we leverage that in our schools? We have a chef, for instance, at Kendall who has become an expert in Mexican food. He's not Mexican. He is so into it. He takes his students down over here about a mile this way, and you stepped into Mexico. And we also will learn from the Mexican people, chefs in our city who will teach our students. Absolutely. So there's a lot there to leverage. I think the danger is that in many instances, that third or fourth generation, we've lost the connection to what was a different culture.
Bring it back in education. The education can bring it back to our education.
Absolutely. Which I think is the challenge for us educators, how to draw it out. Am I getting, yes, I'm being told to leave.
You could be up there all day because
I really can't feel in trouble.
I know, but it's interesting to have Chris here who was not here yesterday, touch on what all the speakers did yesterday. The metrics and getting out. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, come on. Nice, right? He's all excited. He's got winners, so let's go ahead.
This is my small pad. Yep. Here's a egress anyway. Let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah, that works. All right. And this is probably going to talk a little bit while I'm speaking here. So, thank you, Chris, because like with what you're saying about like Facebook and the whole entire world, that's why we call this Spaghetti Summit "The World is Connected." And we think about this silly little exercise that we did with Twitter, Facebook, Wikipedia. I didn't come up with this to make you do something for a contest and prize. Of course, that's the carrot that we dangle. But it has relevance and relevant application in your classroom. And if you're not embracing this technology, then you're missing out. Just like what Chris said, kids are connected. The rest of the world is connected. Why aren't you? This conference has been all about passion. Yesterday, the speakers have been passionate. The master classes have been passionate. And people who know me, they know my passion. And my passion about education. And I just want to take a moment here to clarify something. I spoke to a number of you yesterday, last night, after I did my iPad session, and realized that, man, people think I'm an Apple rep, right? No, I'm not. I want to spell that, man. I don't even own Apple stock. I wish I did, but I don't. It's because I'm passionate about the technology and the things that the students are using. And I can understand the confusion, because you look at the program and it says NIWANG, Peak Education Systems. Oh, they're a business, so therefore they're going to try to cram some sort of product down my throat. And when I do my session, I spent very little time about me, but more about my passion. Same thing with the social media class. 2 hours I had to speak. And how much time did I spend speaking about that? I mean, some people are like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I forget. It's because I think about it this way. I'm really lucky. I'm lucky I'm in an industry and in an environment that I love to death. Education and technology with culinary arts. I grew up in this field as a kid. I set out to change it as an adult. And now I want to make a big difference in the world. And I'm also lucky because I have people out there passionately promoting the product I created, so therefore I don't have to. That means a lot more to me than anything that I put on a stupid piece of stale slick. Right? Because, yeah, vouch for me. How awesome is it for those who are using the online version of this wonderful new textbook 3.0? I don't even know, I just can't point that turn. And anyway, I'm sorry, I keep pointing at you, Aaron, because you were a pioneer. And actually, I have a very funny story about you. When he called me up, he wanted videos. and I said to him, I'm the worst salesperson in the world. Why do you want just videos? What's the relevancy in that? And I told him about my dream. And what happened after that? Can you say anything? Are you embarrassed now?
No. We just started a brand new charter school with culinary arts, and I chose truly did want videos. I thought I was talking to some sales guy, talking to the president himself on the phone. KP has really changed our education there at East Academy. I can tailor it down to the student that day, what they need. You cannot ever do that with a textbook. It's really changed what I can do for them and what I can do for their education specifically. So, highly recommend it, guys. I don't work for time, never will. See me about it. I'll show you all about it.
No, thank you. It's about that passion, and I'm sorry, I just had to speak on that. But you know, the silly exercises contest. Let's find out who wins. You know, and I just want to say one last thing. Mark my words, in 2 years, we're going to make a major change in the textbook world that's going to rock the world. Yeah, no, is that really going to happen? All right, so the way that we, this is really great data because like, you know, a lot of people participated. We had the same number of participation as we did last year. And the cool thing about this is that last year we had 2.5 days to do this social media network exercise. This time we did it in 1.5 days. So therefore we basically doubled our numbers in tweets, Facebook interactions, and wiki site interactions. So congratulations on you who plunged forward and did it. So on the screen here, there's a algorithm that was written based on the number of entries. And what I'm going to do here with my iPad is roll the dice. Anybody have a quarter on them too? Anybody got a quarter? All right. So first thing is I'm going to put out a letter. So the letter.
You need a quarter.
There you go, sir.
Okay, the list has been laid down, and then the number is 6. Okay, this is for 3rd and 4th place. So coming up, we have Jeff Hume and Chef Dave. So Jeff got a point for 3rd or 4th place. Now I had a 4th place because I realized I needed a 4th place. So the 4th place person gets this really nice embroidered apron by KP. I handcrafted it myself. Actually, just kidding. All right, so call it heads or tails between you two. All right, heads. Tails. All right. So that means you get the prize of $25 gift card. I'm excited to teach that social networking class now. I'm amped up. All right, one more time. There we go. And we have. All right, so come up. Thanks to your extra entries, Chef Dave is back up on contention again with Fama. How do you pronounce it? Fama? Are you here? Fama Finley? I guess you're not here. Okay, well, we kind of ran over, so. Is Chef Dave here still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, step right up.
All right, so it's you versus ghost person. Call it. This could be for let's see here. What do you get? You got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So you get 6 months of usage of the KP Culinary Arts online for free to use with your students and really take your curriculum to the next level in your class. So congratulations. You know, and yes, absolutely. So everyone, you have yourself a great day. I'm going to be at Washington College, so it's going to be a fun morning. And thanks again. Oh, here we go.
Wait.
Oh, wait. There's more downstairs.
No.
Sorry.
sponsors, but this morning I want to thank you for coming and supporting Finney initiative. We certainly appreciate your attendance, and I want to thank the schools, Washburn,